Yeah, that's just what I want. Let's have my whole. Why is... Oh God, Jesus. Let's change it. That seems better. Man, I haven't played this for fucking ever. Alright. Is my volume coming through? Is my volume coming through? Okay. We're talking about what? Sure. Wait. Communications and fire. Excuse me. Oh. Ah! Can I even fucking do this? Fuck. Oh. Alright. What's the problem? Execute. Alright, I'm here. What you need me to do, buddy? I'm fucking... Ah.
You're listening to America Overnight. Mystifying the airwaves.
I don't have time for world building. God damn it.
While staying at the Chili Pines Motel in Macon for last year's Suspicion Column. I was in room 47.
Alright. Ah! Fuck you! Bitch. Eat my fucking ass, dude. Jesus. Do it. Where? These dudes are just gonna keep spawning. Trampoline. We're gonna research parapsychology. God damn. God, where I don't even fucking remember anything in this game. Holy shit. It was in containment. I had to be. That's where I was last. Okay. I think we're just gonna try that. Sector elevator. But okay. Oh, I mean the ominous yellow should indicate what's ready to go, but I don't know. I just want to get fucked up in a fucking basement somewhere. Panopticon. Now. I haven't unlocked a fast travel place there, that's why. Yes, now I remember. Pain. Hey, Firebreak. That's other game. Okay. Alright. I remember... Man, I really have not played a lot of this, which is fucking shocking. But I've bought 2 copies of it when it launched, so... this is what we're trying to get. Oh my god, are you serious? I just have to shoot this thing. I'm gonna feel so stupid if... There's no way that I missed that years ago. I'm not that stupid. There's no way I'm that dumb. Is this like a PlayStation 5 thing where like people just had a lot of trouble getting to here?
She's in trouble. I need to reach her.
Nah. No, I refuse to believe. I refuse to believe that I'm that stupid. Because that would be greatly upsetting to me. That's not where I'm supposed to be. What? Okay, I have to do this. That's fine. I accept that. Just want to make sure, because now I'm terrified of being an idiot. Hey guys, what's up? It's just me, Jesse. Well, everyone doing okay?
The astral plane. It's similar to an iceberg. What you see is not what you always get. Regardless, this place is vitally important to the Bureau. Most information on the astral plane is classified, but we can talk in broad strokes, keeping in mind that these are staggeringly complex systems, and simplification does them no justice. Now, the white non-space, the ever-present inverted black...
The Republican Party. White non-space.
The board, all linked, intrinsically tied to the oldest house, tied to the director, the process of choosing a director, tied to all objects of power in terms of who controls them. Yes.
Let's see what this is. Miranda Anderson. Bro, I feel so stupid that that happened to me, that I feel like there's no way that I did not know. Man, all these So I'm gonna read these reports just to get some. The America Overnight Program, compiled by Remy Dinley, Chief Investigator, Director Zachary Trench. The America Overnight Program has operated successfully for over years. Originally designed to assist in providing disinformation to the naturally skeptical population of America, it has additionally led to the discovery of numerous AWEs and altered materials by allowing civilians to call in and report their experiences with the paranatural. In fact, America Overnight alerted the Bureau of in its first year of operation alone. In this report, the investigation sector have cataloged and categorized each episode of America Overnight that has resulted in a successful Bureau investigation. In order to help AWE occurrences analysis, the more results of Night Springs have also been categorized in a separate report. Night Springs, that's the Alan Wake stuff. Oh, yeah. Altered World events, Alan Wake events, refer to file for report. Major expenditure, staffing, surveillance, data center initiative, construction, office equipment, janitorial costs, mold removal, cost breakdown. Last month, our on-site server experienced an intrusion by unauthorized users. After a thorough investigation, it was confirmed that the users only accessed a video file, which contained portions of various Dr. Darling presentations. Investigators were able to track the users through their IP addresses. The following are confirmed identities of these users: Patrick Strutkins, Rubens Nagoya, Arthur Kolomaki, Christopher Millsbury, and Yaakov Zaran. These individuals are in breach Bureau Code 91 and placed under surveillance by our external investigation team. Further action is pending. Zachariah Trench. Alright. Carol Bishop Miller. That custodian, what's she doing? Alright, I'll do the research. Alright, the Astral Exhibition was originally built for the astronauts to use as a training location, a place to grow accustomed to the sights and sounds of the astral plane before diving into the real thing. We could have done a better job, but Boone was being stingy with the budget. However, once we discovered the balloon, we decided to repurpose the space, similar to how zoos hope familiar surroundings will affect the well-being of their animals. We hope to observe the behavior in an environment similar to its home dimension. So far, it just breaks everything we put in with it, but Rome was built today. Refer to file 319-3811 for a full report. New naming conventions have been established for the astral entity known as Astral Spike. Outdated terms of this report have been redacted. Examination of paranatural topics, the astral plane, objects of power. The Bureau spent years studying why objects of power transport users into the astral plane when touched. My predecessor, Dr. Ash, theorized that a potential receptacle determined by Jungian archetypes in the collective subconscious would be inhabited by paranatural energies when an AWE occurred in its vicinity, creating an altered item. Over time, a link was created in the astral plane to that item, making it an object of power. So many additional theories have been raised since Dr. Ash's time. Objects of power were placed on Earth as tests by some astral entity. Our dimension was once part of the astral plane, and the objects were left behind as its borders receded. The astral plane was an early threshold into the oldest house. But the connection was severed, and now the two are linked solely through the objects of power. I'll attempt to disprove some of these in order to thin the herd. Hopefully the truth will emerge. Alternative perspective. Objects of power and their astral connections. Dr. Darling is insistent that certain objects of power share a direct connection to an entity or group of entities that we have little information on, or little that I am allowed to access. In his written reports, he states that there is a clear link between these objects of power, the astral plane, and the oldest house itself. His work supposes these links are innate, a fact ingrained into the very of objects, such as the hotline or the service weapon. What if these particular objects were never linked to the balloon, but had that connection forced upon them? Isn't it strange that no other objects of power require such direct contact with the balloon? Isn't it strange that using the service weapon or the hotline will result in grievous harm or even death if the user is not the director, or at least worthy of that role? Why do we assume this involvement by the balloon is a natural fact and not something more? Alright. Collective unconscious is defined as a form of the unconscious that is shared in all human minds. From this arises unconscious knowledge linking us through our astral heritage. See Young Report, page 12 through 34. Through this collective unconscious, we unknowingly attribute a series of images and archetypes to all elements of our lives. These archetypes are never fixed, but shift and change in tandem with our species and culture. This internal belief in the power of images shared by a massive population is blank in the creation of altered items and objects of power. The sheer amount of exuded is attracted to the best representation of that image, and viewing a single object with a massive amounts of theoretically places of power could likewise be formed by the simple power of sustained collective belief. Control points. Control points are locations the Bureau has identified as being vital junctions of the oldest house. And the appropriate harmonization devices are arranged around the control point in the blank arrangement. The surrounding area will not experience any unforeseen building shifts. These control points are discovered by detection of an unobstructed ping using them within a 37-foot radius. Numerous researchers have attempted to find control points, calling them nerve junctures or vulnerable spots of the oldest house. The common factor in these theories is that the control points are susceptible to external influence, which allows us to stabilize the oldest house and work more confidently inside it. Theoretically, this technology could be extrapolated to stabilize the oldest house as a whole, but testing has found that certain parts of the building refuse to be. Alright. The safe object of power can produce a barrier using objects or material from its immediate vicinity. See OOP 22 case file for more details. Bureau Rangers were given permission to employ heavy weaponry against a para-utilitarian board to this object in order to gauge the barrier's durability. And velocity ammunition were tested with results. Testing will continue after the safe object of power is clearly a viable candidate for use in combat response scenarios, allowing para-utilitarians to participate in altered engagements with an advantage worth considering. Examination of paranatural topics, object of power, and altered item distinctions. While altered items and objects of power may seem similar at first, it's important to note some very key distinctions. Firstly, objects of power grant para-utilitarian abilities. See file put 12812 for an introduction to the subject. Secondly, objects of power translocate anyone who makes physical contact to the astral plane. This is widely believed to be due to the affiliation with objects of power. Not every individual is allowed in the astral plane, which indicates the evaluates who can or cannot enter. Thirdly, and this is not always the case, objects of power are much more paranatural than altered items. Looking at the specific criteria that defines an object of power, it is no wonder they are notably rarer than altered items. In fact, we have altered items for every object of power contained within the Bureau. Examination of paranatural topics, objects of power, and their para-utility. Objects of power are unique in their capacity to grant certain individuals paranatural abilities. We call these individuals para-utilitarians. The potency of these objects depends on the para-utilitarian. Using the blank object of power as an example, some para-utilitarians can achieve a throw distance of while others are only capable of as little as see Dr. Darling, presentation 1115 for more information. What exactly determines an individual's paranatural competence is unknown, but it is largely believed that some exists within the body, and that, like all muscles, it can be exercised. To continue my analysis, I've officially requested access to the Northmore records, considering he is one of the most accomplished para-utilitarians the board has ever seen. Dr. Darling is still considering this request. Utilization of paranatural elements resonance. Resonance. Control resonance. It's there, but we can't see it. It vibrates around us, through us, from us. But what if the vibration is conscious? What could a force like that do? Blank opened the door to a blank I've called blank. The blank emits a force that is far beyond the forces we've previously dealt with. It has shown me so much that I have to wonder, is resonance the key element in all altered phenomenon? AWE's, altered items, objects of power, do they share a common blank that we've yet to discover? We can harmonize control points. What else would the correct frequency allow us to achieve? What if resonance has been the answer this whole time? Refer to final point for the full report. Auditory experience. Poets of Fall. Answer questions within 2 minutes of listening. Did the song elicit any particular memories? If so, elaborate. Did you at any point feel a strong emotion? If so, what emotion? Did a clear image of a weapon appear at your mind during the song? If so, elaborate. Provide a detailed description of your current surroundings as you see them. Have you ever heard the murmur of voices when no one is present? If so, what did they say? Do you hear them now? Please choose one from each of the following pairs. 1 or 2. A. Day or night. Apple or orange. Burn out, fade away. Is it better to burn out than fade away? Who can say?
Who likes creepy cream donuts? It's not really creepy cream. It's from the grocery store. Who likes creepy cream donuts? It's not really creepy cream. It's
Yikes. Anyways. Synchronicity, a glimpse into the paranatural. Synchronicity and the unseen connections. Synchronicity is a phenomenon long recognized by the wise, but only recently given a name by science. It's how we rationalize events connected by no identifiable causality, yet clearly conjoined in purpose. How does a dream foretell an event in the physical plane? Why do hounds bail at the death of their master, which has occurred miles away? The world is unified in ways we do not yet understand, and sometimes we stumble across these invisible, unseen chords and wonder at the result. Visionary Carl Jung laid the road, now we must walk it. My fledgling research department will make it our mission to reliably reproduce behavior by the close of 1959. Once done, the mechanics of synchronicity will lay themselves bare in due time. We are striding into the future of science. History may not remember our names, but God Himself will. I actually love that. God Himself will. Okay. Just making sure that my shit still broadcasts. Examination of paranatural topics, technological limitations of the oldest house. The oldest house imposes certain limitations on our bureau, but by far the most restrictive is the inability to use certain technological instruments. The oldest house does not allow devices that receive or emit any signal. Radio waves are the only transmittable signals in the oldest house, and even those are often unreliable. If the power of collective unconsciousness is taken into account, it could be that certain pieces of technology are too new in the cultural for the oldest house to own them. Similarly, these items have not been known to become receptacles for altered status. Technology may be moving at too fast a pace for the blink to occur. Modern technology tends to disappear and break here, sometimes quite violently. Agents have been injured by cell phones exploding in their pockets while entering the oldest house. Utilization of paranatural elements, thresholds. Thresholds have always been sources of great inspiration and great challenge. When a new threshold manifests in the oldest house, we never know what new discoveries it will provide to the Bureau, but we must always seize these opportunities. This report will examine the process of distinguishing recent threshold effects based on their utilitarian possibilities. The quarry bought Black Rock, one of our most invaluable discoveries. But if the mold has any scientific value, it has been difficult to find due to the links we must go to in finding back the particularly prolific plant. These are distinct cases and worth comparing, as their study offers vastly different dangers and rewards. The oldest house is a place in flux. Thresholds appeared with no warning. What the threshold will contain is a question we can only answer once it manifests. The widely accepted theory is that the thresholds are dimensions vibrating on a blank frequency different from our own. When these frequencies match, the threshold will manifest in the oldest house, which acts as a... Others theorize thresholds are parallel universes or possibly our own reality at a different point in time. Some believe our collection of altered materials affects the house or attracts the thresholds. We do know for certain that thresholds are not permanent. Eventually their frequency will shift. Some believe Earth itself is just another threshold connected to the oldest house, which is actually rooted in some other reality. This theory, while impossible to disprove, causes blank in those who learn of it, so is actively denied. Urban legends are believed to affect the creation of altered materials, but can also dictate the characteristics of an altered world event. Urban legends are understood as the modern evolution of Jung's archetypes. We recognize certain blank informed by our own vote and popularized by our media. We have additionally proven that urban legends can even be artificially in popular culture using our Bureau-made anthology television program. Once the seeds are sown, human imagination exacerbates the detail. Certain paranatural phenomena contain clear elements of popularized folklore. AWEs that only occur on a pair of scissors that consume human through two punctures on the... These details living in the minds of so many have been giving strength through belief. Urban legends are not just stories for children. They are paranatural realities waiting to happen. Alright, so... Holy shit, I have so many that I haven't read. Crap. Oh, we'll get to more later. It's nice to get into the lore. It's like I always wanted to wait and read them in chunks, and I just never did because I've restarted this game twice. And then on the second time, I just said, fuck it, I'll get to it eventually.
An early hypothesis was that the mindscape of the astral plane is subjective. But that was fast proven wrong. It's an actual place, not a construct of the mind, even though it is with our minds that we enter and experience it. But then one could argue that that's the case with all reality. We've been able to record footage of the astral plane by monitoring the brain activity of those experiencing it. That is the only concrete material that has come out of the astral plane expeditions. Apart from one shocking exception. In the astral plane footage, we're always in the vicinity of the pyramid. We've concluded that this, not the entire plane, is what the board controls. We have glimpsed movement, native species, always in the distance, and yet contact was made. We don't have footage of this, a technical malfunction, but when one of our astronauts returned, a brain cloud, an astral fugue, had hitchhiked a ride in his head. It ruptured out, killing the subject in question. It's a relentless predator, pursuing thoughts, minds, lethal to those the entity feeds on. Proper containment protocols are to be observed when dealing with it.
Love that guy. So that's where it came from. Alright.
they keep that thing here?
Oh, I'm supposed to take care of it? Oh. There's a reason why those haven't been destroyed. Okay. Yeah. Stupid.
The Bureau doing with that thing?
I'm so stupid.
Someone answer, damn it! We need backup down here!
Alright, dude. Fuck me then. Curving your goddamn bullets. Alright, where's this? Killing me in the research sector, I can do that. Oh, did I? Well, alright. I guess it'll turn out. Alright. Sorry for dying.
Marshall, are you still there? Shit. We're so close. We need to hurry. Son of a bitch.
Converge here.
Go to Central Executive Health. I don't have beers. Oh shit, no. Do I even have charge? No, I just have shatter. rangers in the maintenance sector. I don't even know how I would go about finding these things. Like the most basic powers right now, so. It's like, what's a ranger? I have no idea. Is this considered a ranger? Maybe. Hiss rangers. Kill enemies in the containment sector. Use charge. Kill enemies in these. Am I stupid? No, like, what's... It's charge melee, because if so, I'm gonna feel bad. Alright, options, control. No, it's just melee. So I don't need to be here. back together again.
Marshall, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Who is this?
My name is Jesse Faden. I'm coming to help.
Faden. Hold on. I'm setting the elevator for you. We need to talk.
You got that right. More of you? Really?
Welcome to the party, ma'am. Marshall is right down the hall. Marshall is waiting for you in the luck lab. Just
Robert
down the hall.
Duckson. That's where I was earlier. Huh?
There you are. I was starting to worry. Congratulations on your appointment, Director Faden. I'm Helen Marshall, head of Bureau Operations. Zachariah's dead then, and I assume you found his gun.
Just call me Jesse. Trench told me to find you. He said you could help.
And he told you this through the hotline. Makes sense.
None of this phases her? Really?
Here's the situation. Darling created the HRAs in a lab nearby. We need more if we're gonna survive this attack. My rangers can't secure the lab alone, not against those things. We need more firepower.
At least she seems to know what's going on here. She could know about Dylan. I can clear out the hiss. I'll be your firepower.
That's a good answer.
Is she testing me?
Darling has systems in place to protect his labs. This should help you get past them. We'll talk more after you clear out the hiss. Rangers, let her through. We'll have to lock the door behind you. Sorry, but we can't risk a breach.
Fine.
I see Rangers over there. We have to help them.
You made it.
Altered item number 52AE analysis, session 2. I will begin by introducing various stimuli to the item. First, a low voltage electric shock. No response. Next, I will introduce heat via a standard Bunsen burner. No response. Next, a series of solutions will be applied, each with a different value on the pH scale, from 0 to 14. No response to any value. Next, I will attempt to communicate. Can you understand me? Can you understand my words? Quack if you can understand my words. No response. This concludes session 2. We'll need time to prepare further tests.
This way to the lab? Okay. You must like these HRAs. Sounds like Darling built them. And most of the things around here. If Marshall can't help us with Dylan, he's our next best bet. Assuming he's not dead. Or taken over by the hiss. You let me here. Any idea how to make it work?
Hello again, Director. It appears we have a new problem. We need to get the HRA machine working.
I've replaced a couple of spark plugs, but this looks a bit more complicated.
Darling must have had a system. Randomness isn't in his nature. The punch cards, the symbols, the terminals. How do they connect?
I'll see what I can do.
So, we need to find all the punch cards. Have you checked the upper floor?
The Forest of Positive Interactions. So I play this and get in the tank. Okay. Self-reflection can bring answers. I read that somewhere.
Each punch card should correspond to a terminal.
Alright, so I'm gonna say...
These whiteboard drawings may be important.
They might be. Well, if it was intersecting, then...
Looks like he was working on something to do with these symbols. What do the symbols mean?
Alright.
What do these whiteboards mean?
Too powerful.
Try different combinations. One of them has to work.
Shut up! I know. God damn. I see the numbers. Okay, so... Nope. So that's not one, so... Almost like maybe it's reflected weird, but... Yeah, see,
The prism shattered. Darling's prototypes have a lot of issues. We need a new plan. We need more Blackrock prisms to make this machine work. Darling has another lab, down in the Blackrock processing site in maintenance. That must be where he keeps the prisms.
I've been to maintenance already. I can find my way.
But how long will that take? Nothing here is simple. I need to ask her now, before I go.
I need something from you first. What do you know about Dylan Faden?
I knew this was coming. Lives are at stake here, and we need this machine working to save those lives. Once that is done, Director Faden, then we can talk.
She's right. As much as I don't want to admit it. I'm the only one who can help.
Fine. I'll get the prisms first.
Dylan will have to wait just a little longer.
But don't call me Director. Jesse is fine.
I'll call you Faden. Here, you'll need this keycard.
Thanks. Emily Pope has set up a base in Executive. Once I have the prism, I'll meet you there.
Right. I'll move out immediately.
Yeah.
And keep an eye out for Darling. Finding him might be the key to stopping the hiss.
It's just one large-scale HRA. It's there now. We are about to be exposed to a different kind of resonance. Hostile, viral, invasive resonance. That's what the Hedron resonance amplifiers are for. Taking the protection Hedron can provide us, and keeping us from being wiped out.
Oh,
Here,
thank God.
this will lead back to Central Research.
I'm scared. Mm.